Hey y'all, welcome to Ronnie's Rainbow Room. I'm Ronnie. Here I will talk about ways I became more confident with the use of makeup and positivity. I will discuss things that I feel is important to me. I will sometimes give you updates because as a lot of you know, I've had some health issues in the past few years. And sometimes I will just talk about different things. And I will include positive affirmations, daily quotes, just whatever comes to mind. Today's is going to be a little more of an update since it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. It's also my Halloween video. As most of you notice, I am not on the oxygen. I have not been using the oxygen for probably 2 or 3 months now. Probably since about July. Yeah, about 3 months. I had been diagnosed with sleep apnea. My oxygen drops really low at night when I'm sleeping, down to like the 70s. So I got put on a BiPAP. And with that BiPAP, I also hooked my oxygen on to it type of thing. So I can get the oxygen I need at night. I only do 1 liter, so it's not a lot. Now, if the weather is a little bad, I will sometimes use it during the day, but I haven't had to. My oxygen stays pretty good. As you can notice, my speech is a little bit better. I can carry on longer sentences. Before I do my makeup, I'm just doing a little prep. I'm doing some moisturizer, and this is a vitamin C for under the eyes. Just kind of helps brighten it up a little bit. Because as we get older, our skin gets older and things change. So I just kind of try to prep before I do my makeup. So like I said a minute ago, this is my Halloween video. So I will be doing a Halloween look. If you remember last year, I did Alice. It's not going to be exactly like the character, but it's going to just be my take. Halloween has always been something I enjoyed as a kid. Actually, I was supposed to be born on Halloween, but I didn't come out for another 2 weeks. 16 days, actually. So, that's probably another reason I've always loved Halloween, is just because I was supposed to be born on it. So, I am going to discuss some of my affirmations with y'all. And one is that I'm still alive, that I'm still here. It's been 3 years since I had COVID. And as most of you know, it hit me pretty hard. Number 2 is that I've got these strong legs to get me where I need to go. Again, because of COVID, I had to learn to walk again. So my legs don't always work the way I want them to, especially as I'm getting older. And the lungs, being able to breathe. The doctors didn't think I would be at this point. They thought I would always be on a ventilator. But now here I am without the need of oxygen. So now let's go on. Now that the prep is kind of set, let's do some of the makeup now. This isn't going to be a real crazy look. I'm just going to go with some basic colors. I'm not going to say what I'm going to be yet. I'm just kind of going to let it go and see what happens. First, I'm doing my eye primer. This kind of helps the eyeshadow stick better. It gives it a base. You don't have to do an actual eye primer. You can do your foundation or your concealer. This is just something I received in one of my subscription boxes. And I just kind of make sure I got a good smooth layer to work with. Also, I've been going and getting self-care done, taking care of things that I've needed to. Last week I went to the dentist first. I'm going to have to go back type of thing because they didn't have time to do nothing but the x-rays. I'm going to start out with a little bit of a pink here. But I do need to go back. I'm going to have a couple cleanings done. Then once the swelling in my gums is healed, they want to send me to an orthodontist to get braces. I've had a bad overbite all my life, and it's caused my jaw to be sore. It pops. Sometimes when I'm stressed, I pop it more. And a lot of that started when I got on to a antidepressant after my divorce. I'm just layering this hot pink. This is the palette I'm using here. Right now I'm doing this color. And then I'm going to do this purple. And then I'm going to do this teal. But I spent a couple hours probably there and got all that done, seeing how, because it's been a couple years since I've been to the dentist. Moving here, I haven't had the time or really even the energy because I've been focusing on my lungs and the weight loss because, of course, having the weight does not help with the breathing very well. And then went from there and got my eyes checked. They're doing pretty good. My eyes are healthy. Being a diabetic, I do have to make sure I get my eyes checked regularly. So if you're diabetic, please go get your eyes checked. They need to check the health of your eyes. It is very important. I can't stress that enough. See, now I'm doing the purple. This is actually one of my favorite palettes because of the colors. Purple's not showing up a lot though. I'll just work it in there. Changing out my brushes to try to see which is going to do the best. I'm really trying to get this purple to show up. There it goes. Not showing as much as I want, but really isn't. I might have to try a different purple. It's got a couple different purples in here. But she said the health of my eyes, I had to get my eyes dilated. If you can't get an extensive imaging done to your eyeballs, which I had that done last year, so it wasn't so necessary this year. So she did that, looked at my eyeballs, said the health of it was really, really good, which is, as a diabetic, that's always a good thing to hear. Oh yeah, and to be honest with you, as far as this Halloween look. I was originally going to do something else. I got my wig, and when I saw it online, it looked like a particular character. But then when I got it, it didn't look like her at all. So I ended up eventually completely changing my mind on it. Because as I was looking for the accessories, nothing was coming up for what I wanted. I had a vision, it just was not working out. And that happens. You can't be upset about it, it happens. Just like this purple's not being as dark as I want it to. And that's okay too. I'll just blend it all really well. I'm blending two different purples. It'll still look pretty. Are any of you going to any Halloween parties or dressing your kids up for Halloween? If so, comment below and let me know what you're going as or what your kids are going as. I'd be interested. My mom always dressed us up for Halloween for as long as I can remember. She would make our Halloween costumes, and I know I've discussed this before. She would make them, which I assume that's why I still have a love for it. I'm trying to clean up a little bit because I don't want it right here on the nose so much. And I think one of my favorites was when she dressed me up as I think it was it was in her bride's dress. I don't remember exactly what I was. But she had dressed me up in her wedding dress. It was some kind of bride corpse or something, you know. I was older when she did this. I think I was about 16. Maybe a little younger, but I do remember it. The only time I was able to actually fit in her dress. But that's fine too. I enjoyed it, and it's a memory I'll always have and cherish. Because I want a little more pink up in here. Halloween it just always was fun. I remember her dressing me up as a little witch when I was younger, I believe. And I also remember when she did me as a flapper, which I will discuss that in another video. I'm not going to go into detail about that because I am going to do a nice little decade series coming up. I've been planning it for a while. I just haven't done it. It's not blended. Sometimes this can be an issue. I mean, I'm not going to make it an issue. It's just sometimes it can. I just washed my brushes. Okay. This is the primer. It can just make it really stick. But that's fine. So I'm going to go in with a little highlighter color. Put that in there. That'll work. Oh, yeah. Some pretty sparkly color. And then, what else did I want to discuss? Oh, yeah. Back to my lungs. Like I said, I'm going places without the oxygen. I'm walking around the apartment quite a bit without it. Because I'm able to get around more, I'm losing the weight. So now a lot of my clothes are getting a little too big. But not in the areas I want it to, you know. But that's how it works. Okay, now I'm going to kind of put a little bit of this teal on my base of my eyelid here. I love this color. Any fallout I have, I'll clean up. That's not a big deal. No big deal. That's what makeup wipes are for. I've done this pink with a little bit of that. This purple with a little bit of that. I did this at the top of the eye, and now I'm doing this. Originally, I'm just going to let you in on this. Originally, I was going to do Jessica Rabbit. But when I got the wig in, it's like, yeah, that's not Jessica Rabbit. It just didn't look like her. So, as I was looking online for the accessories, I still was going to try to do it. As I was looking for the accessories, it wasn't coming together. And I started seeing accessories that would work for this look here. Trying to blend a little bit. I'll clean up where I need to once I'm done applying. It looks a little crazy right now, but it'll look good when I get it done. It is Halloween after all, so what's the matter if it's a little crazy? And it's always going to have a little bit of an 80s look for me just because I'm an 80s girl. And I like that clean, sharp line there. That looks good. I like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this teal again. And just kind of bring it here. That just kind of brings out my brown eyes a little bit. And I'll clean up that's around the eyebrow too. Never worry about mistakes because you can always fix them. It's just makeup. Like I've told you before, don't be afraid of makeup. I used to be. I haven't went and looked at some old pictures of me when I first got divorced. And I can tell you, I was scared of makeup. I just started doing some hot pink lipstick, and that was about it. Another thing as I've gotten older is my eyebrows. They're thinning out a little bit. So I just got this. It's got a brush here that I can just brush them where I want them. I'm going to do a little more blend in here. Okay. I can brush them out where I want them. And then I fill them, and then I use the brush again to kind of clean up. It's what I have found works for my needs. I'm going to pull you guys up just a little bit so I can see a little bit better. I like to just kind of fill that hole in a little bit because it has started thinning out. They're also graying a little bit. I just feel this gives me a more natural look. I'm not very good at drawing eyebrows, so I just keep it pretty basic. This is kind of angled and it just kind of gives that natural look. See? And don't worry if you get somewhere you don't want to. Again, just a makeup wipe or some cleaner on a Q-tip works. And I just kind of blend it. I just feel it kind of gives it kind of a more natural look. See? It doesn't look too wild. I'm going to be getting them cleaned up here pretty soon. Okay. Now, clean this brush off a little bit, get some of that teal off. Dry it. Then I'm going to go back in with this sparkly color. It didn't quite do what I wanted it to because it's wet. Okay, I've got plenty of other brushes here. Plenty of other brushes. This one's a lipstick brush, but and if all else fails, finger works. Highlight that corner just a little bit. So if you're feeling a little bit down, I'm going to talk a little bit about the affirmations again. If you're feeling a little bit down, just say 3 things that you love about yourself. It doesn't have to be physical things. Absolutely doesn't need to be physical. It could just be you love how how happy you make others when you're around them. Simple. There. Just a little highlight on the inner corner there. And I kind of blend it in a little bit. Or you could just say that day you like the outfit you put together. Simple. Okay, now see how I got a little drop out? See, it's blue. Clean it on up. Not a big deal. Kind of like Bob Ross used to say, happy little accidents. Okay. Now, on to the eyeliner. This is always fun. Yes, I don't talk much when I do this part. And I may even have to get a mirror out. Now, I've really gotten good at doing a little bit of a wing. Sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get it in the video. It's actually looking really good. Now on to the left eye. And as you can see, since the last time I did a video, my hair's grown out a little bit too. Here next month, like right before my birthday, I'm going to go get it. Something done to it though. So probably by the next video, my hair will probably look different. I'm going to get it colored, get it styled. Maybe this earring will kind of give you an idea of what my video's about here, what my look's going to be. Because like I said, things just started popping up and boom. It's like, yep. Let's do this. Just think of characters you think of with red hair. You'll probably guess what I'm going to be. Now, if you've got ideas of looks you want me to do in the future, just comment on the video. I'll see what I can do. I'm always willing to try. I can always use ideas. Just because I've got a set of ideas planned, I can always change it and come back to those after. Yeah, I'm not going to do anymore. I think that eyeliner is pretty good. Actually, I need to thicken that one up on the left a little bit. I've gotten a little bit better with the eyeliner. Sometimes I'll get too much in the center and my eye starts watering, and then it'll mess up the whole look. And I don't want to do that. Okay, eyes are done. Except for the mascara, I'll get that last. So let's go on. I did forget one thing, so I'm going to pause this for just a second. Okay, I had to get my primer. I try to have everything ready, but doesn't always work. Again, just like the eye primer for the face works. This is going to help the makeup stay put. It is also a blurring, so it kind of helps blur the pores a little bit so they don't look so large. Another thing that's happened since I've gotten older. Luckily, I still got pretty good skin, but I always try to make sure I take care of it. Okay, this is Maybelline. It's not that expensive. It's just a primer base. And I still use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. It's a hydrating tint. You don't have to go heavy on this. Just a little bit goes a long way. I tend to do a little much sometimes, and then I can see it on my skin. Now, the areas I need a little bit more, I can always go back over. And I just blend it in. I like to make sure I get some under the eye, because I don't use concealer. Just kind of helps a little bit with those dark circles. And I make sure I get here. And the nose. But those of you that have prayed for me through the years, I really appreciate it. Prayer does help a lot. It's important. I like to go a little heavier on the cheek because I do have a little redness. So I just add a little bit more. A little bit on the chin. Due to the PCOS, I did have to shave this morning before doing the video, so I've got a little redness. But see, it looks pretty good on the skin. You can't really tell that I got makeup on. Okay. Blush. Blush. There it is. And this is the palette I'm using. I'm going to go in with some pink. I'm probably a little blush blind. I like a lot of blush. And eyeshadows, you can tell. But I like what I do. I like what I see when I finish. As long as you're happy with what you do, it should not matter what anybody else thinks. Don't worry about what others say. And I'm doing a red lip, so I've got to make sure that blush is going to show good. Okay, blush. I might have to come back and add a little bit more, but that happens sometimes. And this is just a Wet n Wild highlighter. Fairly inexpensive. And it just gives a little sparkle where you need it. Okay. Mascara. This here is just CoverGirl. It was pretty inexpensive too. I think I paid about $8 for it. I know the last time I did a video was my unicorn. I do plan on trying to do a little bit more often. Like I said, I've got this whole decade set that I want to do. I've got everything for it. I was just focusing a little bit more on my health. I have started writing my book. The book is going to be on my experience with COVID, what I went through. I'm getting the details down, taking notes, kind of using Facebook for a lot of that. I don't like mascara too much on my bottom lashes, so I just kind of get them on the top and then just kind of blink. And that works best for me. You do what works best for you. I'm just trying to get down to the base of the lash here. Putting layers on. That eyeshadow really turned out good. I like how that turned out. I wasn't sure at first, but I do like it. Okay, now I am going to do the lipstick. I've got this lipstick set here. I don't use it too often. It has got the lip liner, a lip gloss, and the lipstick. I think this is pretty sharpened already, but I'm going to just a little extra because I don't do lip liner very often. Because this is an extreme look, I don't typically leave the makeup on for long. I take it off. It kind of bothers my skin if I leave it on for too long. Okay. I'm going to need a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I've got a lip mask on my lips right now, so I kind of want to clean that off so everything will stick to the lips. I don't particularly like to overline my lips. I think I've got pretty lips as they are. I just want that Cupid's bow to really stand out. And another thing as I've gotten older is I've got lines on my lips, so the lip pencil tends to kind of help from that lipstick bleeding, and red tends to bleed and go into those lines easily. So I'm just trying to follow the natural lip as much as possible. Thing is, I think I've got one side that's slightly higher up than the other one. Or just like the rest of our body, one eye is usually bigger than the other, one arm's longer than the other, one hand's bigger than the other, one foot's bigger than the other. So I'm sure one lip side's higher up than the other. See, I love that Cupid bow. I love the way my lips are shaped. Now I'm going a little bit under my bottom lip a little bit, but not too extreme. And I thought I was going too long on these videos, but I've watched other makeup artists that does makeup videos, and they go on for quite a while. And I had kind of taken a little poll and asked, should I continue talking about things like I have been? Should I change things up? But most people like how I sit here and talk to you. They like to feel that I'm talking to them. Okay, that looks good. Now the lipstick. This was something I got off of Ipsy. I didn't get it in a box. I ordered it separate. Okay, now the lipstick. I don't normally do just regular lipsticks often because I like my lips to stay when I'm out and about. I don't like to have to reapply. But this lipstick does feel good. And see, if I had done the Jessica Rabbit look, it probably would have been very similar. And see how now the blush isn't as bright because I've got the red lips on. And then this is just the lip gloss. Okay. Now it's time for the little special effects to finish up this look. I've got these I'm going to do. And sometimes when I do these, I've got to add a little eyelash glue because they don't stick to the makeup. And I ordered these not realizing I already had a set of these. This exact same one. But that's fine too. That is fine. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Actually, I'm going to bring that up to here. Because I want the sparkle right there at the eye. The look is coming together. I'm not having to use eyelash glue this time. Not yet, anyway. Ooh, that looks pretty. Okay. And a lot of this accessory stuff, I just get right on Temu. So it's inexpensive. Ooh, that looks pretty. And now, I've got a couple of other accessories. The look's coming together. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about is I did say I would add daily quotes. I don't know who said this one. I did see it online, and hopefully I'm saying it correctly. But the saying went kind of, look up at the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. I believe that's how it went. I kind of like that saying. Sometimes I might do Bible verses. It's just what kind of speaks to me. See, when I was looking to do my first look, do the Jessica Rabbit, I was looking for gloves and I could not find a pair of gloves that I wanted to do. It just was not working out. This one's a little snug, but these showed up. See? The 80s girl. These kept showing up, so I was like, well, let's just do Ariel. Let's do a mermaid. And I feel that she has come together really well. I'm really pleased with this look. I'm really happy with it. I think I'm going to add just a little more color to this blush. Yeah, a little orange. That's what I needed. But see, when you're doing makeup, you can't think about what if I mess up, because if you mess up a little bit, you can use makeup wipes, micellar water, whatever you have on hand, and clean it up. You can start over if you need to. Quit being so hard on yourself, like I've always said before. Have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. I am going to get the wig on. I've got a few more extra parts for this. I've got to put my wig cap on. And I'm going to pause it for a second so I can finish this look up. And then I will be back to show you the finished product. And here she is. I think this represents Ariel pretty good. I've got the headband with the mermaid, the seashell earrings, the makeup, the mermaid gloves. And this kind of looks seashell-ish. It looks like it's got like seashells and stuff on it to me. So, until next time, just remember, like I was saying before I paused, see, this is why I usually have to use eyelash glue, but there. Like I said, be easy on yourself, be colorful, be bold, be wonderful, but most of all, just be you. Until next time, I love you all. Bye-bye.